This essay is for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. A person's body, life energy, and personhood are not currency. And yet, so many systems are built on the idea that they are. I protected you. I provided for you. I sacrificed for you. Now you owe me. You owe me your body. You owe me your labor. You owe me your emotional energy. You owe me your life. And if you think this conversation is simply women against men or men against women, you are too close to it. You have to zoom out further than that because this is not about relationships. This is about systems. This is about the way we have organized society itself. Women are speaking about it more openly because women often feel it intimately through emotional labor, caregiving, sexuality, motherhood, beauty standards, and visibility and relational expectations. Women tend to be more in touch with their feelings and intuition, so many women can feel when something's off long before they have language for it. They feel the exhaustion, they feel the extraction, they feel the cost. And the cost is too much. But patriarchy does not only affect women. Patriarchy also conditions men to disconnect from themselves. It teaches men that their value comes from productivity, endurance, emotional suppression, sacrifice, conquest, labor, and usefulness. It teaches men not to feel deeply enough to recognize when they themselves are being consumed by the system. This is why men are often shocked when women begin speaking about extraction and transactional relationships, while many women immediately understand what is being described in their bodies. Women feel the imbalance emotionally. Men are often conditioned not to feel it at all, but it affects them too. We see this most visibly in systems like the military. As a military dependent, I saw firsthand how deeply structured and centralized these systems are. Housing is provided, food allowances are provided, identity is provided, structure is provided, purpose is provided. There is almost a parental quality to it. The system says, we will take care of you. But underneath that protection is an unspoken agreement. One day you will pay. And the payment often is your body, your mental health, your nervous system, your emotional well being, your life. The oath itself makes this visible. A willingness to give your life for the mission. This is not judgment toward individual service members. It is recognition of the structure itself. And once you begin seeing the pattern, you begin seeing it everywhere. In corporations, we give you a salary. Now your entire identity belongs to us. In relationships, I took out the trash. I paid the bills. Now you owe me access to your body. In beauty culture, we valued you while you were desirable. Now you are aging and no longer useful. In hustle culture, burn yourself out to prove your worth. In centralized and patriarchal systems, human beings slowly become resources to extract from. And this is why so many seemingly separate issues are actually connected. Burnout, loneliness, disconnection, environmental destruction, communities collapsing, women feeling invisible after a certain age, men feeling emotionally numb and disposable, the loss of craftsmanship, the loss of intention, the loss of local culture, the loss of community identity. These are not isolated problems. They are symptoms of a way of living rooted in extraction rather than relationship. From a spiritual perspective, I come from a place of oneness. Everything is connected, nothing is truly separate. So, when we begin shifting away from hyper centralized systems, built on extraction and toward decentralization, community rhythm, and relationship, many of these wounds begin healing simultaneously. This is why decentralization matters. This is why decentering matters. In decentralized communities, value returns to the people. Power returns to the tribe. Power returns to the local community. Power returns to relationship. Power returns to the land. People begin supporting local businesses again. People begin eating in season. People begin shopping at farmers markets. People begin knowing who made their clothes. People begin valuing craftsmanship, detail, permanence, and intention. People begin honoring the specific climate, rhythm, and culture of where they actually live. This is a philosophy behind regional fashion weeks. This is a philosophy behind 719 style. Style should not come from centralized trend machines dictating sameness and urgency to everyone, regardless of geography, climate, culture, or a way of life. Regional style matters because communities matter. Colorado should feel like Colorado. Western wear should come from relationship to the land and lifestyle. A coastal town should not dress like a mountain town. A ranching community should not dress like Manhattan. Regional identity is not limitation. It is intimacy with place. Tribal communities understood this naturally. Everyone in the tribe had value. The elders had value because they carried wisdom, intuition, rhythm, medicine, stories, and memory. Older women were not discarded or made invisible because they were no longer considered useful. They were revered because the tribe understood their value extended far beyond productivity or beauty. Children had value. Mothers had value. Men had value. Hunters had value. Artists had value. Storytellers had value. Healers had value. Everyone was seen. Everyone was heard. Everyone was respected for their place within the tribe. No one needed to prove their worth through endless extraction. And this is what many people are truly starving for now. Not domination, not hierarchy, not performance, but belonging. A way of living where people are valued beyond what can be extracted from them. This is not about making men worthless. This is not about removing value from men. This is not about men versus women or women versus men. It is about remembering the value of human beings beyond transaction. Because a person's body, life, emotional world, creativity, nervous system, and spirit are invaluable. They are too valuable to reduce into currency. And perhaps healing begins when we stop organizing life around extraction and begin organizing it around relationship, care, reciprocity, craftsmanship, community, rhythm, generosity, and intention. Because when people are no longer treated as resources to consume, harmony becomes possible again.